My name is Tamika Williams. I'm currently a senior at Metro State University in St. Paul, Minnesota. I chose to participate in the Civil Rights History and Consequences because it was something I was new to studying at the time in school, and I was very interested in it. And Professor Lena Jones was my sociology teacher at the time, and she talked about the program in class. She made it sound very compelling and like something that I would really want to be a part of. So I chose to apply.
My name is Helen Ingham, and I go to the U of M, and I am majoring in English at this time and minoring in French. The classes I've taken over the years have sort of led me to the moment where I really wanted to investigate more of the civil rights period, and I knew somebody who had taken the course and really talked it up to me and showed me all of her pictures and told me all of her stories, and that was really meaningful to me. So that was a big part of why I wanted to take the course.
The Civil Rights Trip is about a month long, and it encompasses some in-class work as well as a lot of field studies, which involve you going out into the field and meeting people who are current activists and civil rights leaders, and also learning about those people who are martyrs and who paved the way for us. A typical day in the civil rights program would be getting up very early and leaving your hotel or dorm room and getting on a charter bus with your classmates and going to museums, going to meet different speakers, learning a lot, being very hands-on in the field. Usually we have a great lunch because we're in the South. We eat a lot of soul food. The end of our day usually is around 6 or 7 p.m. and from there we usually have discussions to kind of tie what we learned back into current day issues, and also so that we can just express ourselves and our feelings and how the day helped us understand something or any questions or concerns we may have.
Every day was amazing. It really felt like every single day we woke up there was a new experience, and there was a new heart moment, a new moment where you get that stone sitting in your heart, you know, and that lump in your throat every single day.
I'd say Kwame Leo Lillard. He was one of the people who organized the Freedom Riders down in Memphis, or I'm sorry,
Nashville,
Tennessee. And Kwame was very insightful, very honest, very straightforward, and I just learned so much from them all.
I think the big one for me was New Orleans. We went there and we knew all about the Katrina had happened and that the oil spill in the Gulf had happened, but then we didn't realize, I think it was hard to see how they connected to the civil rights period, but when we were touring around with Dina Mock, and she gave us all this history of New Orleans and the history of the slaves going to church with the freedmen and this very diverse cultural experience there. And even our first night learning about the Black Indians and their contributions to the history of New Orleans. That was pretty incredible to see how they just built up this wonderful community of people, and how it was completely almost obliterated by not the storm itself, but by the man-made pieces that were supposed to protect people actually killed them and took away their communities. And that was staggering. I mean, we heard so many statistics on this trip, but I think those statistics of Katrina and of the Gulf oil spill were probably the most heart-wrenching and the most significant, because they really spelled out the human loss that happened there.
One big thing would be the Slavery Museum, and it is where you basically reenact the Middle Passage through slavery. And that can be emotional, but it also kind of ties you back to the experience, and you get some sort of a feeling as to what was going on and how those people felt. So
one of those sort of startling moments was in Meridian in Philadelphia, Mississippi, when we took part of the caravan that was the caravan to demand justice for the 3 civil rights workers, Cheney, Stewart, and Goddard, I believe. And they were killed brutally. Cheney was buried alive, and we went and rallied at the courthouse in Meridian. And just the emotion that people exuded about how, especially at the rally, about they just wanted justice. It wasn't about memorializing. It wasn't about another place we went to where something bad happened and let's talk about it and learn from it. It was, this is still bad happening because nobody has been prosecuted for their deaths. Nobody has been charged with murder, and which is what it was. It was murder. It was cold-blooded murder. And so to not have that recognized in the legal system is just frustrating, and it's one in a long journey. But at the end, when we met up at the church, we met up with everybody who had been on the road, who had been on the caravan, who was there at the beginning and was there at the end. It was just this community coming together and connecting and saying, you know, well, we were here and we did it again, and we'll do it again next year, and we'll do it again the year after and the year after until it happens. But at this moment, let's just be together as a community and show that those deaths aren't going to break us.
one of the common themes with a lot of the speakers was that the time is now, and that students, people, younger people are the ones who were responsible then for the movement, and they're just trying to pass the message down to the next leaders to pick up the movement and continue with the struggle. It touches so many issues that are taboo in our society that people are scared to talk about, and it makes it for a comfortable environment where people of all backgrounds, ages, races can come together and learn about something so important in our history and kind of come to more of an understanding about one another and why things are the way they are today.
I think the course is really helpful for people who have questions, who are constantly questioning, especially questioning things that are going on now. Questioning like the wars that are happening, questioning the divisions that are happening, questioning, looking at the street and seeing more than just little overt actions of racism. You can see the overt actions and say that's really unfortunate and move on, but if you see things that are below that, deeper, no matter who you are, you should really take this course, because this opens your eyes up to not even where it started. This is just where a moment in time where it exploded, where it all came together and people pushed back on a grander scale.
One thing the program did give a lot of the students was that jump start, or that initiative to make a change in their community. Mm-hmm. And it really gave people hope that there can be change and progress made. And also a lot of students returning from this program get involved more in their community. They feel a sense of urgency or a need to give back to the community and make it a better place.